Yeah, it seems to be going now. Hi, anybody there? Can anybody hear me? I don't know if this is working or not now. We've no idea. Josh to the rescue. Josh, can you just...
I didn't do anything. I just stood here.
No, sorry, if you could just take that for me. Sorry guys, we have no idea. Let us know if you can hear us. Everything kept crashing and it wouldn't let me, just kept saying there was no memory, and then it kept saying that the software wasn't working. There wasn't, oh, it was just crazy. So, hi, yes, I'm live. Hey, hi. You can hear me, you can see me. Brilliant, yes, thanks Dave. Ugh. One of those days. I don't know why you've plugged my laptop
back in.
Right, yeah.
In case anything else happens.
Thanks, darling. So Josh is on hand just in case this goes down, and we'll go back to the gimbal and phones if we can. So, yeah, I'm just going to flick through the cameras and let me know if right. So this is the front facing. I don't know if half of them are working. Hopefully now I'm over here, and then hopefully now I'm over here. So if you can just let me know in the comments whether that is right. Did you see me in those three places? If you did, then blame it on the Russians. I should do, shouldn't I? Well, those things. It's despicable what's happening at the moment, isn't it? Absolutely awful. Awful, awful. I do feel for the Ukrainian people. Yes, to both. Brilliant. Hi. Hi there. Hello. Oh, it was a nightmare. It went on. It worked fine yesterday for Sarah. Went on, and I was just like... Right, and then it was like, it just kept crashing and the laptop kept shutting itself down. So I think we've got it now. So first things first, I'm going to show you a daily deal. Hi everyone, how are you? Happy Wednesday. Oh, good grief, what a day. It's been, yeah. And while I'm trying to sort all that out, I've got Enterprise ringing me saying, oh, we're really sorry your van's like mega late. We're like, okay, I'm busy, go away, just bring me the van because I'm going to Duxford tomorrow. And then I had EQS, one of our suppliers, ring me and I was just like, I'm trying to sort this out. One of those mornings, one of those days, guys. So, got a lovely, lovely daily deal for you guys. Hi, brilliant, everything's working, brilliant. These are brand new in from Macawa. They are absolutely stunning. We've got them on the bolts and we'll put them on the website. It might be tomorrow now, but because we're gonna have to rush to get the van packed. But I'm going to show you these. So I'm going to go to the overhead, and hopefully I'm over here. These are brand new in from Macawa, and they're called Wallflower. But they are, if you're somebody who likes neutrals, if you're somebody who likes, hopefully you can see this, guys, sort of slightly geometrics. I am completely besotted with these. I'm actually going to do the demo in them today so you can see how beautiful they are. There's 16 fat quarters, okay, so it's a bundle of 16. It should be £52 for all of these if you bought them individually. I'm going to do it £42 for 16 fat quarters, which is, what's that, 4 metres of fabric? Yeah, 4 metres of fabric. They are really, really beautiful, really beautiful. I absolutely love them. If you're making something maybe for a gentleman in your life, or grandson or son or, somebody, it's got that lovely sort of more, slightly, I think, more gender neutral, because it's not too flowery. There's no pink or anything in there as well. But also, like, my sister would love this because her house is all like greys and what they call modern neutrals, and that's what this is. I think it would give be a really beautiful, really classy quilt. Because you've got 16 fat quarters there, you've got more than enough to make a quilt. Well, God, more than enough. Huge amount to make a quilt. But they are just, I just love these geometric patterns. They're gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I like that one, see? And then you've got just a tiny, even though it's geometric on the back, you've just got a tiny hint of a floral in them. You can see it better on the navy. So they've called it Wallflower. It's by Juicy Juice, which is Nandova, who's Macawa's, what's the word, American guys. So that's that bundle. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the Liberty Draw, okay, which we decided to do today rather than yesterday, because yesterday Sarah was crocheting, so it wasn't about fabric. So if you remember last week, the lovely EQS did this for us and did a what's the word, bundle a free bundle of their brand new flower show Sunrise, this is called. So if I go back over to here, lovely new range, like the looks, they'll coordinate. They would actually with the new Astra. We are getting Astra in. We should be anyway. It's on pre-order, so yeah, it's lovely. Hello everybody, you're freezing on and off. I don't think that's me, lovely, unless everyone else is freezing. I haven't said hello to you all, but hi. So we're going to do this whole bundle as a draw, okay? You were all excited about this. I asked you to comment I love liberty, and then although I still really want just these two together. It's just beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. I asked you all to comment I love liberty and to share the post. We had 100 and hang on, I've got it here so you can see. You've all gone down 148 comments with people who actually shared the post as well. That was 148. Sarah and I Sarah typed while I called out everybody's names. So there's 148 people actually commented. And how I'm going to do it is I thought, do we have any Easter fabric? We don't at the moment, Leslie, I'm afraid. I have got some in, but it's for a kit for a Chanda, so I don't have any at the moment. I'm going to do it with a random generator on my phone, with a number generator. So, I found a random number generator here. So we're going to go from number 1 to, what was it, 148? I'm hoping you guys can see, yeah, 148, 148. And then I'm going to press, can you all see this? Can you all see this little screen? I hope you can. And I'm going to generate the number. So the winner is number 53. Okay, so number 53. Number 53 is Pamela Crow. Can you all see that, guys? Everybody's on there. So number 53 is Pamela Crow. So congratulations, Pamela. Thank you to everybody who joined in. We were going to write, I'll come back over here. We were going to write out all the names and put them in a bag, but it was just, Sarah used to be a secretary, medical secretary, so she can type really fast. So I called out all the names. We thought that would be the easiest way to do it. So yeah, so congratulations to Pamela Crow. That bundle, that whole beautiful, beautiful bundle. Look at this. It's coming to you. So well done. Thank you to everybody who entered though and shared the post. The sharing thing definitely worked because we reached lots of people that we wouldn't normally who wouldn't normally comment. So that was really, really fab. It worked really well, and it helps us as well. You know, it helps get our name and all out there, which is lovely. So what we're going to do today is I'll get around to the demo now. We're 20 minutes in. Sorry, my silly chest. That's where I was getting all anxious. We're going to tackle curves today. All right. Now I know some of you get really scared of curves, but we're going to tackle curves. So let's just have a quick. Should we just quickly say hello to everybody? Hi Mary. Hi Karen. Hi Claire. Hi other Claire. Hi Anne. Hi Lynn. Hi May. Hi Leslie. Jenny. Hi other Leslie. Hi Marilyn. Hi Grace. Lots and lots of. Hi Heather. Hi Claire, Wendy, Taryn, Marion, lots and lots of you there. Brilliant, brilliant. So what we're going to do today is we have done curves before, but I'm going to show you how to do curves again for those people who haven't done it, and the fact that it's not scary. And we're going to do something called a hanging vines pattern, which is, we are over here on this one, aren't we? There we go, we're over on number 3. We're going to do something called a hanging vines. Now, I made a couple of these yesterday, and I'm going to make a third one, and I'm going to show you how we're going to put them together. But I thought we're doing this because I just thought these worked really, really well in these new neutrals, these modern neutrals. I just think they're going to be gorgeous in this. So we're going to use this one today. Okay, I'm going to make another set for this. This is one of those blocks that you can make one block. You could make long lines of these and make them into a quilt. Lots and lots of things you can do with them, but we're going to tackle curves and we're going to have a little go at this block and then put it together. Okay, so I'm going to pop these ones out the way to start with. I'm going to use the white as my background. All right, and what I want to do is I'm going to cut. I want 4. So I've done a little template, okay, a Drunkard's Path template. This is for a 3.5 inch Drunkard's Path, okay, which is this piece here. Alright, now I use a cheats method for doing my curves, which I'm going to show you, which means that you don't have to worry with lots of pins and things like that. I have shown it before ages ago, but we haven't done it for a little while, and I know we've got new people watching, so I thought we'd have a little go at this again. Okay, and then we're going to be using some just plain background squares. So this ends up at 3.5 inches unfinished. The template is quite a bit bigger than 3.5. All right, and when you get snazzy on this, you can cut this down and make it smaller. But again, you know what I'm like. I like to give people wiggle room. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold this fabric into 4 like that, so I can cut 4 at once. And I want the concave piece first, and I'm going to draw around this. Okay, so pen and pencil, pen and ruler. So please do talk to me, ladies, while I just draw around this. I was always terrified of curves, absolutely. Oh, I can't, I'm not doing curves, they're awful, don't want to do them. But having learnt this method of doing it, it's one of my favourite methods now. I think they give a really modern edge to a quilt. So you can see I'm just drawing around the template. I've put the template onto our website as a digital download. It's just £1 that you can, I would suggest, if you're going to make lots of these, copy it onto template plastic. Okay, copy it onto template plastic so you've got it. I'm going to pin this to keep them together. Alright, so I've just drawn around that paper template to make my one section. Then in whatever colour I want my leaf shape to be, so this time I'm going to use this one, I'm going to use the convex piece, which is the big curve out of that. So who else is there? Hi Nikki, hello lovely, how are you? Everybody's still with me? Are you all still there? Am I still broadcasting even? Because I have no idea whether this is still working. Let me know. Let me know what you're up to. Is anybody coming to Duxford? So again, I've just folded that so I can cut 4 at once. You don't have to do this. You can do it, individually if you want, but frankly, I'm lazy. And if I can cut 4 at once, I will. So we're going to go round like that, around that curve. Different block, is it not? It is a much different block to the one we did last time. So it is a different way of putting. So this bit is going to be a bit of a repeat of something we've done before, but we're going to put it together in a different way to make a different pattern. So let's go down there like that. Yeah, you're all still fine. Brilliant, brilliant. It's all fine now. Excellent. I'm still there. You can see and hear your subscription arrived and it's lovely. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it, Anne. And then I'm just going to pop a couple of pins in here. And then I'm going to cut this out. Okay. Yeah, the subscription fabrics were beautiful, weren't they? I really liked them. There was none left over. Otherwise, I might have had some of those myself. And I'm going to cut these out. And I'm going to do it with my rotary cutter on the straight bits. Ooh. And that's doing it sat down as well, like that. Okay, and then I'm going to use my scissors on that round edge. You're still working, brilliant. It's good to have a reminder. Yeah. Sorry, my asthma's not great today. I'm a bit breathless today. So I'm also a bit tired. It actually feels about 4 o'clock in the afternoon because I've been up since 5:15. With my little man. I had him overnight last night and he slept brilliantly, he slept through, but he decided that 5:15 was get up time, and it wasn't even, I tried to put Dougie on, hey Dougie on, and get another hour out of him in bed. Now, I'm hungry, feed me granny, so I've been up since stupid o'clock this morning. I also want 4 3.5 inch squares out of my colour. You don't need it out of your background fabric, you just want it out of your colour. So I'm just going to cut that out of here for now. Okay, like that. So that's kind of my prep work done. I could have done this last night, but I thought actually it's something that showing you how to do the templates might be a good idea. So in my coloured fabric, I've got 4 3.5s, and then I've got 4 of my convex. Let's just move all these bits out of the way. And then I'm going to do 4 in my background fabric, and I would keep your background fabric all the same when if you were going to do this as a big block. I think this would make a really interesting wall hanging. It would make a beautiful table runner. If you use table runners, it would really make a beautiful table runner. You know, because it's going to be, they're going to be long linear pieces. So you know, almost like a braid. You know, it's going to go down as a long piece, so it would look beautiful over a table. And then we're going to, or a bed runner. Be nice on a bed runner as well. You know, if you don't want to make a full quilt, but you just want to, you know, maybe you have somebody else's plain bedding, but you just want a bit of colour, a bit of something on the end, this would work. And I'm just cutting, oh sorry, I really should cut this under the camera, shouldn't I, so you can see. There we go, all the way around, like that. Okay, and across that edge. So, just get rid of all those fabrics out of the way, we're not going to use those for a moment. So what I've got is four of those, which is the concave one, 4 of the convex, and then 4 3.5s. We're going to leave the 3.5s aside for now. And then we're going to start working with these. Now traditionally you would have done this and you'd have found the middle and pinned the bejesus out of it and then sewn it together. We're going to do something slightly different. We're going to make 4 exactly the same. Okay, so we're going to do 4 like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and put those aside. Just move this down, and we want to put these here like that. So it feels very strange. I had to have all my nail polish taken because I have like gels done which last a month. Meg does them for me. I had to have it all taken off this morning, ready for my hospital appointment next week. So so it feels very strange not having my nails done. Liz, you tried your method on the New York last year. You're never doing curves again. Oh, bless you. What would I name this block? It's called hanging. It's quite a traditional one. It's called Hanging Vines. This block, but we can do the the template and all's available, and we can sort this out for you. You can do it as different sizes as well. I've just chosen to do them as 3.5s, but whatever size this comes out of, that's what size you need these squares. You know, if you want to do bigger ones, you could do 6.5s. So we're going to start by putting these together. Now, I'm going to take you over to the machine. I'm going to do it mostly on the machine for you. I'm going to put them right sides together, okay, and we're going to start up here on this top corner. And we're going to line that up like that, okay? And it looks really stupid at this point, like it's completely wrong, but it works, okay? Promise you it works. So, Liz, I know you said you never want to do it again, lovely, but just keep practicing. Honestly, I really believe in this method. I really believe it works. So, you know, keep practicing. Best thing for this method is a 1/4 inch foot that has a guide on it, okay? You really want that guide. You need something to butt up this up to, okay? So, I'm going to start by just popping this under like that. And I'm going to take a couple of stitches. Alright, I'm just going to take 1 or 2 stitches. 1, 2, 3. You all over here, hopefully now, let me know. Okay. Now normally we sew like this. Okay. With our hands parallel to each other, or you know, nearest damn it, or one hand like that, or you're doing something else, but parallel. With this method, you're going to cross your hands. Now that means I'm going to use my left hand to do the top fabric and my right hand to do the bottom. Okay, now I'm hoping that you guys can see this. I use my middle finger a lot for this method on my left hand. That's the one that's going to guide. My right hand is basically just keeping this in place. So I'm going to line them up. So I'm using, use the needle down function. This works if you put the needle down in between, okay? So I can pivot it. I'm going to line up those 2 fabrics edge to edge and line it up against that guide. Alright, and then I'm going to start stitching. I'm going to take a couple of stitches. 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay, I'm going to line up again. Alright, and I'm just lining up little bit by little bit. Oh, actually, I'm going to turn the speed down on this so that you guys can see. Okay, I'm not worrying too much. I'm just going to line that one up like that. Take a few stitches. Line up. Take a few stitches. Okay, and I know we've been doing this, I've done this a lot with you, well not a lot, but we've done this a few times before. But it is, I thought we haven't done curves for a little while, and it's one of those things that people do get panicky about. Like that. Can you see what I'm doing? So I'm using like the middle finger on my left hand, almost like a stylus, just to hold it down, and gradually work my way round. Okay, like that. Now you'll want these to end up being 3.5, and I'm going to show you how to cut them in a moment. Okay, they are way too big at the moment. You could actually cut a 4.5 out of this if you wanted to, but you've got very little wiggle room. So I've kept it big to give you that chance to line up. Okay, I'm going to do another one for you over here. So I'm going to line these up like that, so they look like they're, you know, like they're going the wrong way, but that's right. So it's right sides together, needle down, and then you're just going to take a couple of stitches to start, just like normal, just 2 or 3. Are you all still with me? Is everybody okay? Are you all alright? Is everybody well? Have you been doing anything? Who's coming to Duxford? Anybody in that area? They're going to come and say hello. There we go. I'll just use it again. I've like crossed my hands almost, so that this one is just holding the bottom steady, and all my work is actually done basically with my middle finger off my left hand, and I'm just keeping it butted up against the guide of the 1/4 inch foot, a few stitches at a time, realign, readjust. It's incredibly quick to do curves this way once you kind of get the hang of it. There we go. Anybody else there? Anybody else having a chat? Nobody coming to Duxford. Am I going to be all by myself? Anybody in the area that's going to come and say hello? There we go. Right, now I'm going to quickly whip through the other 2 so I can show you how to square them up, alright? So, because I need to do all 4 in order to do the block. But I wanted to show you it literally from the beginning. So, that's not in the right place. There we go. So I'm going to take a couple of stitches and then cross my hands over like that. Okay, and just keep working my way around. There is a way you have to square these up. You're all good. You make it look very achievable. It is, Linda. I promise you. I promise you. It is scary to start with. It is, but slow and steady. Slow those machines down, and you know, really take it. You can see I'm keeping it quite slow. Take it a few stitches at a time. Leslie, you're all good here. You're still sewing your charity glasses case. It's made £300 for British Heart Foundation Cancer Research. Oh, that's amazing, Leslie. Oh, what a wonderful thing to do. Really, really good. Hi, Kate. There we go. There we go. So next week, because I've got to self-isolate, I will be doing the 1 o'clocks, obviously from here, because I'm not allowed over the shop. I'm not allowed to see anybody before my op. So we will have 1 o'clocks on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. But I will. Sarah's got a 1 o'clock tomorrow. She's going to make a really lovely box with you. But I will, if I get a chance to, I will do a couple of little 1 o'clocks from Duxford as well. I'll show you around and show you what's about and stuff. There we go. Okay. All the way round. Nearly there on this 4th one. Okay. I'm trying to keep my fingers out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to kind of do it so that hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Seems like it's all disappeared, or we're concentrating watching you. Yeah. Well, hopefully it's just that you are concentrating and, you know, nobody's gone, oh God, I don't want to do that again with her. I don't want to listen to her drone on about that. Hi, Melba. There we go. Okay, right. So I'm going to go back over to the overhead so I can show you these now, okay? So they look a bit of a mess at the minute, don't they? They look awful. But what we're going to do is we're going to iron these out. Let me just move all this out of the way. Now, I'll just snip those 2 apart because I just chain pieced those. Like that. What you want to do is, it will naturally, oh hang on, are we in the right place? About there, aren't we? It will naturally want to push out towards the background fabric, okay? Don't know why, it just does, alright? So let it. Don't try and make it go to the darker fabric. You'll get like bevels. It will naturally want to go towards this smaller piece of fabric. So in this case, let it, whether that's the darker or the lighter one, it's just better that way, okay? Like that, all right? It doesn't matter that it's a little bit wonky at the moment because we're going to square it up. It doesn't matter that this is a little bit bigger. I'm going to show you how to square it up. May have to see if I can convert a hand stitching project to machine. It's all curves and was meant to be a quiet project, but it's just sat in a box. Probably depends on how accurate it can cut the patches. Absolutely. See if you can maybe look at the pattern and see if you can cut the patches a bit bigger and then square down. It is that wiggle room thing, which I know I'm very much a fan of, you know, giving yourself some space and cutting down, is actually with curves in particular, getting it right, getting it the right shape is quite important, is having that little bit extra. But yeah, no, absolutely, Claire, have a little look at the pattern, see if it's, you know, whether you can do them on the machine. Most of the time you can, to be honest. Most of the time things are convertible. So there we go. So just gently press it out, okay, like that. Right, now this is the bit. What? No clipping of curves. No, you don't need to clip the curves. It sits beautifully. Okay, you can see that that's sat really, really nice and flat. No clipping of curves needed. All right. Now we're going to square them up, and this is the important bit with Joker's Path, is how you square it up. Okay, because hopefully you can see if I put that onto some dark and all dark at the moment, you can see just how wonky this piece is. Can you see how wonky that looks? All right, how we square it up is all about it. You've cut the pieces already, hundreds and hundreds of them. Oh, right. Give it a go. You know, give it a go on some of the scrap ones, Claire, and you know, or maybe cut yourself a couple of little scrap ones and give it a go on the machine and see if you can do it. There's no reason, there shouldn't be any reason why you couldn't. I'm sure you could. I want these to be going back to this, I want these to be 3.5. Okay, so there's 2 points that I'm looking for on my ruler. Along the top, the 3.5 line, and 1/4 inch down. Okay, so the line that I'm looking for is 1, 2, 3.5, and there's my 1/4 inch. That's the point that I'm looking for there. And I want to look for the same down here. So 1, 2, 3.5, and 1/4 inch in. Those 2 points are the bits that are really important. Put a little mark on your ruler if need be. Okay, have them there. You know, mark it with you know, a little bit of masking tape, or you know, if you've got like a highlighters. I haven't got a highlighter here, but you can use a highlighter. Put a blob over those 2 marks that you're looking for. So it's 3.5 on the top and 1/4 inch in, 3.5 there and 1/4 inch in. That's the bits you're looking for, and that's what we're going to line up on the curve. Okay, so let me do it like this for you. So that mark there, 3.5 by 1/4, I'm going to just pop onto the top of the curve. And what I mean is the seam there where the background hits the colour. All right, so I'm going to put that there. Now I want to find that 3.5 by 1/4 down here, and I'm going to move it, keep moving the ruler around until they both hit. So where is it? There. So that's hit there. So my 3.5 by 1/4 inch in, it's hitting that curve there. Can you see it's not quite hitting there? So I need to go that way, like that. So you kind of move it diagonally, okay? Because if you just move it down, it's going to be out there. So you kind of want to move it diagonally along the parabola of the curve. Carolyn, if you're there, is that the right word? You can't go wrong with a wiggle. You can't, Sandra. You have to have a bit of wiggle room, don't you, Lind? So I'm hoping you guys can see that. My 3.5 1/4 inch down point is hitting the top of the curve. 3.5 1/4 inch in is hitting the side of the curve there. I'm just going to stand up because I don't want this to move. You're going to trim off that bit there along the left and trim off along the top like that. Okay. It still doesn't look right, does it? It looks like all wonky down here. But this is where the wiggle room comes in. Alright? I can now cut it exactly 3.5. So 3.5 here, 3.5 along the bottom. And as an extra double check, okay, if I look at on my ruler 1/4 inch in, I'm still hitting that curve there. From there to there is 1/4 inch, and it's hitting that seam perfectly. The same here, 1/4 inch in, it's hitting that seam, okay? Then you're going to trim it down. Now, it looks a bit it does look a bit wasteful, doesn't it? You are wasting this fabric. However, and if you want to, if you get really like, you know, clever at this method, you can use a smaller template. You could use a smaller starting template. Even though I've done this many times, I would rather waste that much fabric to get a perfect curve and a perfect squaring up, okay, than mess around and actually maybe waste more fabric because I haven't got enough to square it down. That's just personal. That's just how I like to do it. It does seem a weeny bit wasteful, but I'd rather get them right and waste that much fabric than try and go too small with my templates and maybe not be right at all. So again, entirely up to you how you want, whether you want to or not, but this is how I do it. And this is, you know, even after 15 years of doing this sort of thing, I still do it this way. So I've now got a 3.5 inch with a perfect curve and the perfect 1/4 inches there, which is what I want. So Carol, you're recovering from COVID, so in hibernation. Oh, bless you. Oh, it's a rotten old thing, isn't it? It's still out there and people are still getting it. So, right, I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to just very quickly square these up. So, 3.5, 1/4 inch on the top there. 3.5, 1/4 inch. I'm not quite there, so I need to move it until I am, which is there. Okay. Chop up the side, chop up the top, and then we're going to turn. Okay. And now I can do my 3.5 by 3.5. Like that. Double check, it's right. Like that, like that. Okay, there's my second one. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to whiz through these. So 3.5 by, 3.5 by my 1/4. 3.5 by my 1/4. See, I'm too far over, so let's move it until it's right. So it's there and there. Up that side, across the top. And then again, 3.5 by 3.5. I've got my exact 1/4. I've got my exact 1/4 there. 3.5, 3.5. Double check before I cut. There's my third one, and we'll do my fourth one. Hopefully you'll recover completely, Carol. Yes, absolutely. I hope so too. Yeah, it's very lucky not to have lost anybody from it, although a lot of people have. But it's still hanging around, isn't it? It's still got to be a bit careful. I've got to have a PCR test on Monday. They literally rang me just before I left the shop to come over to say. So I had to go and have an MRSA test before my op on Monday. Had that Monday, and now I've got to go and have a PCR test then next Monday. So it's the only time I'm allowed out the house from Sunday. Do you need a special ruler for this? No, not at all. Not at all, lovely. I'm just using a standard, you know, you could use any ruler. As long as the ruler has got, like I could use this one. You know, as long as the ruler, you've got your 1/4 inches and you've got a 3.5 by 3.5 on there with your 1/4 inches marked, that's all you need. A standard normal ruler is what I'm using. You can see it's a 6.5 by 12.5. You just want to, if it's one that's got the 1/4 inch marked, that's better, that's easier, but you really don't need a special ruler. I'm just using just a normal one, just a normal ruler. There we go. Like I said, and that one's done. All right. Going back to the ruler, like I said, if if highlight where that line is. You know, so there's my 3.5 and down a 1/4 inch. You know, put a little mark, a little Sharpie mark or something that'll just wipe off, and then do the same there when we're there. Okay. Right, let's get rid of all those bits. I now have these. So for each side of the block, you're going to use 2 curves, and you're going to use 2 of your 3.5 inches. All right. So just very quickly iron that a second because it's a bit curly. There we go. So we're going to put the curves opposite each other like that. Now hopefully if I show you, if I've done my sewing correctly, that's actually worked. if I've done my cutting correctly, can you see it makes a perfect circle? So it seams join there, seams join there, seams join there, seams join there, which means I've cut them correctly. Okay. I'm still trying to understand squaring up. I know squaring up is sometimes a bit of a pain, isn't it? But yeah, so if you've squared up correctly, if you've done that squaring up correctly, you can see that those, when you put it together, it becomes a complete circle. But you're going to use 2 for now. That was a risk, wasn't it? What if I'd shown you that and it hadn't been right? I'd look like a right idiot, wouldn't I? Gold star for me, thanks Lind. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add in a 3.5-inch square on either side, like that and like that. Alright, I'm going to sew these right side together, and we're basically going to make a little 4 patch now. So I'm going to put that one to that one, and that one to that one. Once you've made these though, you can, I mean, we're doing this design, this like vine leaf design, which when it's, I'll show you when we sew it together how it look, because obviously you lose those little bits there because you're 1/4 inch seam allowance. You can really play around with curves and make all sorts of things. Would it work if you sew a circle first? It would, but then you've got to inset a circle into a square, which is actually harder than doing this. Insetting a circle, it would be much harder than doing this. Okay, so I'm going to go back over to the sewing machine, over here like this, and we're going to stitch them. And I'm going to make sure that the flat side, the non-fussy side, non-busy side is on the bottom. All right, again, just because you don't want to catch any of this. So we'll just make sure that's right, wasn't in the right place. And again, I'm going to still on a slow speed. We're going to go nice and slowly on this. I suppose you could, if you wanted to, if you didn't want to do this sort of drunkard's path piecing method, Leslie, you could applique a circle onto a square and then do it that way. Now I've forgotten on this one. Hang on a second, I've forgotten which side I picked it up. So that one's going to go like that. Like that. That side, that's the side I need to need to do. You could applique a circle on and then cut it in half and half. That would work, I suppose. But yeah, it's actually a lot harder to get a perfect circle inset than it is to do it this way and square up. Here we go, all the way down. Done that bit. I'm going to turn my machine back up now. Nobody needs to, and then I'm going to make a little 4 patch. So I'm just going to very, very quickly, off camera, just iron those out to the full square. Okay, so when I put them back together, I can nest that centre seam, which is just like that. So make sure that's nested up nicely. I am going to use a pin in the centre for a change, like that. And then because I've got this seam here right at the edge, just go steady on the beginning, yeah? Make sure it doesn't eat it too much. There we go, I can whiz down there now. All the way like that. There we go. Right, okay, I'm just going to go back over to here a second. And then we're going to take those couple little stitches out and do my little four patch method just to make it really nice and flat. Like that. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. So when we do this, oh, I'm going to need to get a wiggle on because I've got a van to pack. There we go. So we want them to go opposite sides like that. Come on. It doesn't want to go. Why are you not going today? Oh, it's going to play up. Oh, I need to snip that one little thread. But there we go. And then iron it from that side. Okay, so there's like half of your block done. Alright. You would repeat that with the other bit. Make as many of these as you want, which is what I did here. Okay, I made a couple last night just so that you can see I've got those. Now the hanging vine looks like, you want it to look like this. Okay, so those leaves are going to go up like that. We're going to start by put in some white. So you would make as many as you wanted. Okay, so it could be, let me just come over here a second, it could be that you put like 10 in a row and you do 3 rows, make a beautiful quilt. You know, about 8 in a row down the centre to make a table runner, something like that. You could just do 4 in a row, make a really beautiful cushion front, you know, or decorate a bag or something. When are you having your op? Next Thursday. Next Thursday I'm having my op, so, which is nice, which get that over and done with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some sashing fabric onto these two first, because I'm just going to use my background fabric between the leaves, and then we're going to put like a stem fabric down here. Alright, so I'm just going to cut this a weeny bit bigger, and we'll trim it back like that. So I'm going to stitch these on, use that as a little piece of sash in there, stitch this on, there's a little bit of sash in there. So we're going to whip back over here. I'm going to do that really quickly. So yes, I managed to get they rang me with a cancellation, which is great. So no, not for the person who had to cancel, obviously, but great for me, because last time I knew it was like still like a 36-month wait or something, and I've been waiting 2.5 years anyway. Obviously with COVID and everything, I was due to have it in the July just before COVID hit and we all locked down, and the NHS is so stretched, aren't they, that it's just been a little while for them to get round to doing it, but it will take away most of the pain that I have, which I'm very excited about. I've had it done once before. Good luck with the op. How long were you in for? It should only be day surgery, unless last time was only supposed to be day surgery, but I bled like anything, so they kept me in overnight. But hopefully it'll be only day surgery, and I should be back up and going then by Monday, Tuesday. I have had it done before. It's just been much longer this time, the wait for it, which has compounded the issue. So I'm just going to finger press that one out like that. In fact, I've gone a weeny bit wonky there. I'm just going to go back into that a second. Just go back into that because I was looking at the computer. There we go, got it. There we go. Right. Oh, sorry, I've come over here. I should have told you these should be 6.5 inches. This should be squared up to 6.5 inches. Okay. In fact, let me just double check that one is, because I squared the other ones. I didn't square these. So they are. So there's a tiny widgy bit there. A little tiny bit off that one, but actually the rest of them are pretty spot on, I think. Yeah, I don't think I can get anything off that. Ooh. Yeah, so you want to square that up very quickly. I'm just going to do this one's out. Best wishes for Thursday. Ah, thank you. Yes, I'll be fine, my darlings. It'll all be good. It'll all be good. I'll just be glad to get it done and have the op, and then get out pain-free for a few years. I'll have to have it done again, I know that. It's something that is a recurring problem, so I know I'll have to have it done again, but at least I know I'll be pain-free for a couple of years, which will be nice. There we go. I'm just trimming off the excess on that sashing. Nearly there. Sorry, I've stopped talking, haven't I? I should be telling you what I'm doing. There we go. I'm using a horizontal line there just to trim off that sashing. There and there, like that. And then we're just going to very quickly add these on. So, ooh, what have I done? Oh, what have I done? Have I just done this wrong? Oh, I'm an idiot. I put sashing on both of the greys. I shouldn't have done. Do you know what? I'm gonna mix. No, I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna take it off because it's gonna annoy me. It's gonna annoy me. I meant to put one on the grey and one on that one, but because I was talking, we just very quickly whip this off. There we go. Come on, just catch that stitch there and there. I've really got to get a wiggle on. I'm never going to get this van done otherwise. I'm going to have to shout Josh and ask him to give me a hand. Typically it's not going to flip in. Oh, come on. It's not going to unpick properly either. There we go. Can I get that off there? There we go, got it. Use a fresh bit. Use a fresh bit. No, it's not on that one. Don't put it on that one. That one's going on that one. I need to put it on this one. Here we go. Okay. Hopefully no allergies. Oh, I still have the allergies, lovely. That's a genetic, that's a DNA type thing. But it means I'll have less pain from my sinuses. So. Here we go. Yeah, there's no stopping me being, unfortunately, allergic to dust mites or cats or fairy liquid or most perfumes. None of that can be stopped, unfortunately. The tablets will control that, but the operation will just control the pain that I get from it. So, there we go. Right, they're in there. Now I can add these ones on. So I'm going to add this one onto this side, that one onto that side. Okay, no, I've done it. What have I done? Oh, I'm being a right idiot now, because that means the stem's not happening now, is it? There. Oh, it was right on the grey. That's what I want to do. No. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? I need to put a piece on there. They need to go like that because the stem's coming down here. I'm having a right mare of it today. All the tech went wrong. Now I'm getting all my sewing wrong. I'm putting the sashing on the wrong bits. I'm trying to not concentrating. I'm talking and not concentrating. There we go. There we go. Nearly there. Right. The sashing I'm using a 1.5 inch. Sarah, leave it. Yeah, I should, shouldn't I? Let's just leave it. I'm not going to unpick again. I'm just going to... You can see the idea. I'm going to chop this one off, and then hopefully we'll be there. There we go. Right. Nah, it's still not right. It's still not right, is it? Because that would go onto there. Oh, for crying out loud. No. That should be... Well, it should be one like that. Okay? So you can see those leaves are doing that. And then you would cut yourself, sending hugs. I have many days when it all goes wrong. I'm confused. I really am, Claire. I'm confusing myself. Really am. There we go. Like that. And then you'd put a piece down for your stem. And that's a hanging vine. We got there in the end. Oh, see? What happens when you do it live? When you record it all, it doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, that one should have been up there. So, oh, it does work. It does work. That is right. Oh, because that's not attached. That's why. But you see, and then you could add your next one on. So if you move those up, you'd add your next ones on down like this. Okay, like that. But so that would go in there, in there, in there, in there. There we go. That way round, like that. Can you see? So you've got those leaves, and then you'd have a long thin strip down the centre, and I'm leaving it there, frankly. Yeah, frankly, that last little bit didn't go to plan. After my curves being, there's me going, it's because I was cocky, wasn't it? It's because I went all smug, because my circle was right. Serves me right. It was karma slapping me in the chops, wasn't it? Good. Right. You're amongst friends. I am indeed amongst friends. I won't see you tomorrow. Sarah Jane will be here tomorrow. I'm really hoping all this tech works for her, because yeah, I won't be here to sort it out. Josh will be around though. Josh might be able to help us sort it out. I'll get Drew to look at it later. So she'll be here at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Friday, Saturday, I will do a little live round the show, round Duxford. Please do come and say hello to us if you are in the area. And then back to then Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll be doing something again here, okay? And then operation on Thursday. So fabulous, well done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I got there eventually, didn't I? Congratulations. Sorry, my chest is really tight today from my asthma. Congratulations to Pamela for winning the Liberty bundle, and don't forget the bundle that I'm using, these beautiful fabrics, is on the website already. We will have it on the Bolt as well, okay? But hopefully I'll see you all soon. Maybe see some of you at Duxford. I'm going to go and pack a van now, so yay! Take care, guys. Bye.